Welcome back, 7:13 now. You know, August was a stormy month between Hurricane Irene and remember the whole up and down with the stock market roller coaster ride? And for those who weren't prepared, well, you might have felt a little bit of pain, but there's something you can do to weather all of these storms. It's called personal risk management. And here to tell us so we're not caught off guard next time is Tom McGuigan, a financial planner with the Burns Advisory Group in Old Lyme. Thanks for joining us this morning.
You're welcome, Aaron.
What do you mean by sort of personal risk management?
Well, there are a number of things to look at ahead of time. Obviously, folks now realize after the storm has passed that if they didn't have the proper coverage, they were in trouble. The time to look at that is before a storm hits. So you want to review your homeowner's policies and, if appropriate, to have your flood insurance in place.
And I said, flood insurance, don't you already know if you need that? And you said, actually, it's something you really should think about.
Yeah, it is. It's required in some cases, particularly if you're living within the flood zone. But you may be in an area that could be flooded for an extraordinary event, and flood insurance is fairly cheap, so it may not be a bad idea to have it even if it's not required.
Okay, we're going to switch gears a little bit here from the storm that blew through to the other storm, which was a little crazy. Was August, we saw these real large ups and downs. I mean, we all know the stock market comes and goes. I mean, that's why it's fun to watch sometimes. Right. But this was really, it seemed crazy. How are investors reacting?
Well, investors typically are panicking, which is something that they will do when the stock market gets really rough. Our advice, again, is to prepare ahead of time. For instance, from May until the middle of August or so, the stock market lost about 25% of its value. Now, if you needed stocks now, maybe to prepare or to pay for some hurricane damage,
sure,
or to send a child to school, you don't want all your money in the stock market. You need to have some cash reserves on hand to get you through those stormy times.
When you say cash reserve, what's a good percentage figure? What's a good target? I mean, it's hard sometimes, especially in this economy, to save, but what's a nice target?
We like to set a target of between 6 and 12 months of your ongoing expenses. That'll get you through a pretty stormy period.
So that's a way to figure it. Also, a lot of us, 401k, you talked about looking at your insurance. Is this a good time to maybe review where you have things? Because sometimes we fill out those forms in the beginning of the year and we forget about it.
Yeah, we actually encourage people to look at all of their investments at least twice a year in a formal review. So again, if you're a long way from retirement and the stock market goes down, it's not that big of a worry. If you're going to be retiring in 5 years and you have all of your money in stocks, you may need to take a look at that.
A lot of people think they can do it on their own. What's the benefit of a personal financial planner?
I think the benefit of an advisor is someone who can look at your situation objectively. So often we see people come in that have preconceived notions that are just not correct, or they may own an investment that they feel that they should keep because grandpa used to work for GE. Well, we just don't think that's an appropriate way of making investment decisions.
Less emotional attachment, in other words, to find someone from the outside.
That's right. You get away from the emotions, and in addition, they can provide perspective when markets are volatile.
And those markets are volatile.
They sure are.
I don't know how you have a strong stomach to be in your business, don't you think?
Yes, you do.
All right. Well, Tom, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time. Some good advice, maybe this weekend, or maybe if you're still busy cleaning up, not this weekend, but maybe think about looking at your own homeowner's policy or your 401k to see how you fare. Thanks, Tom. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.